But if you close your eyes,
you see, I wake up every day and I have breakfast, just like each and every one of you. Alright, today was a, I don't know how you would say it. Today was different. A different type of morning. You know why? Because, well, I usually like to get up, have about 3 waffles, and that's what starts my day. But this time, I felt a little different. I pulled a risk. And I decided that I wanted cereal with milk. I don't know why. I just did. But I got the cereal out, put it in the bowl. Lucky Charms, by the way, they're beast. Alright, they're beast. But anyways, I take out this milk. Alright. And I pour it. I start pouring it, and it's all clumped up. Alright, it's got like 6 clumps in it. It's terrible. It's terrible, alright? So I'm sitting here and I'm eating this cereal, and I just can't stand the fact that this milk sucks. Alright, I pulled the risk by taking that milk and putting it in my cereal, which I really shouldn't have, but I did anyways. And you know what that risk reminds me of? That risk reminds me of sitting down and watching Monday Night Raw, deciding to even turn it on. Give it 3 hours out of my freaking life. Alright, I turned it on and I watched it. Alright, but all I got was sour, clumped up milk. Why? There is simple booking that you can have these shows be the best that they could ever be, and SmackDown proved it last night. Alright, before I get into it, this is the first ever SmackDown live review / results with the Faded Toxic show and the brand new webcam. Alright, I found a new program. Google Hangouts just totally effed me. Like, I don't know why, but Google Hangouts is completely terrible. Alright, it was working good, and then it's like, oh, we're just gonna drop off the face of the earth. Yeah, great decision. Great decision. Really leaves people like me down. But thank God I had this new program that got me where I need to be, and I have a webcam, I got my format, I got everything. And the people that I've started with that have helped me, I would like to take a second to thank them. You know who you are if you're watching this video, but that's a different story. But here to talk about SmackDown Live. See, SmackDown Live proved something tonight. They proved that with a small roster that they can put on magic like they did. Alright, everything flowed. Alright, every single thing flowed nicely, and you were left wondering what was gonna happen next. Alright, I'm still sitting here thinking, oh my God, I can't wait till Tuesday to watch Tuesday night SmackDown. The only thing, I'm gonna start out with the bad and then cut right to the good, but the bad thing about this show is we've only seen AJ Styles in about 2 segments. Alright, we've seen him in the main event and another backstage segment. But we need to see more of AJ Styles. He should be kicking off the show, not Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss. a very, very bad segment. I don't know why this happened, but Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch basically had a contract signing with Daniel Bryan, and they, bickered back and forth. Becky Lynch, I'll just say right now, is she's got to get better mic skills. I mean, Alexa Bliss makes you believe in her character. She's there to get her character over. Somebody like Becky Lynch is pretty hard because she has a more of a bland type character that is trying to be the underdog and just isn't there yet. Thank God she has that championship on her, because if she didn't, then you would speak to no one. You don't have anything to back you up. Becky Lynch, as I recall, hasn't won a title since she debuted, except the women's championship. So it was way too dragged out. But that's a different story. That's in the past. Alexa Bliss is not winning this match. I mean, as much as I would like her to, Nikki Bella and Carmella are going to be next. And I think a Carmella Becky Lynch match is where they're going, or Nikki Bella Becky Lynch. It really depends. It's, this is the type of thing that leaves you wondering about what's gonna happen. All right, No Mercy. I'm already excited. I am already excited. Which brings me to my next point. What did Monday Night Raw do to build up to Clash of Champions? What did they do? No answer? What did they do? Did they build up? How did they build up? Did they have the right matches to make you excited for those main events? For those hot pay-per-views? For those main card pay-per-views? What did they do? I'm sorry, am I just hearing crickets? Exactly. Monday Night Raw did nothing, absolutely nothing, to build up to their big pay-per-view, which is not in 3 weeks, which is not in 2 weeks. It's actually this freaking Sunday. What does that tell you about how Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon and Vince care about Clash of Champions? Why? You see Smackdown Live, it gave you examples. It's simple, people. It is simple. They gave you examples to watch the main event cards and matches at that pay-per-view, No Mercy. Please, I'll give you 5 examples. What do we got here? We got Usos and American Alpha. The Usos actually defeated American Alpha, which was a great match. The only thing about this match was the crowd was dead. Alright, are you kidding me? You're seeing the Usos versus American Alpha. How can you be dead in the crowd? But whatever. They defeated American Alpha. Basically, they told the story in the ring. Now, a few weeks ago, on the Full Blast podcast, which you can check my playlist, listen to all of them, I talked about building a story in the ring. You have to build a story in the ring. You know why? Because it gets everybody hyped. It leaves seeds to watch the next match, to see how these tag teams will be affected in the next match, how each tag team will grow, how will this develop their gimmick. Exactly. Usos and American Alpha told a story in the ring. They told a story. Alright? Basically, you had Chad Gable was beaten down. I think his right leg. Yeah, right leg, I think it was. But they kept killing his right leg. In the last two moves, I believe, I think there was like a super kick to the knee of Chad Gable, but he eventually ended up tagging Jason Jordan in. Jason Jordan pretty much got most of the job done. Chad Gable wanted to be tagged in, hurt, injured from his leg injury. Jason Jordan pretty much said, you know what, I can carry this match on my own. You know, it's better for you. You need to be ready, willing, and able for the next few matches, you know. So he basically screwed himself over, which was to be expected. And he lost the match, basically. So, you see, this opens up a lot of doors. It gave you a reason why American Alpha did not go to that next level to beat Heath Slater and Rhino. See, this is the simple, genius ways that you can do it. This was pretty much the only option. See, American Alpha cannot take a loss. I believe that they are the hottest tag team right now in SmackDown Live. They cannot take a loss. Alright? You need to have these guys fresh. Alright? You need to have these guys fresh coming in. And it gave you a reason why they're not in that main event role. And the Usos, they look fantastic. I mean, they got the attire, they got the persona of heels. They are going to win this, no question, no question. And then American Alpha can move up. This match did not kill their momentum, and that was the goal. That was the goal in this whole thing. Baron Corbin defeats Apollo Crews, pretty much beats the shit out of him. I don't know why you couldn't feed anybody else but Apollo Crews, but I would have liked to seen this, but you see, you can't feed guys like Apollo Crews to somebody like a Baron Corbin. Maybe a Kalisto, maybe a Jobber, maybe someone who pretty much sucks. I mean, they're basically hyping up the match between Jack Swagger and Baron Corbin. And unfortunately, it looks like Jack Swagger is going to win this match, which is a terrible idea. You know, take back to 2.5, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, on Monday Night Raw, Jack Swagger actually had a match, and I mean, the dude, his wrestling sucks. It just sucks. And I've lost all hope for him. I mean, he can be in the tag team division with somebody even like Apollo Crews. Have Jack Swagger and Apollo Crews kick ass in the tag team division. It's another idea. Other than that, there's no way. There's no way. Nobody gives a crap about Jack Swagger. Nobody. And that's the truth. That is the truth. And feeding Baron Corbin to Jack Swagger is... Who can think of that? Who can think of that? Who in their right mind? Why? Why? Terrible. But that's another story. That is no mercy. WWE Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz, the champion, defeated Dolph Ziggler. Maurice tried to interfere and got tossed from ringside by the referee. The Miz tried to take a count-out loss, but Ziggler stopped him while the referee was clearing the title belt from the ring. Miz sprayed Ziggler and sprayed his face with an aerosol can and hit the skull-crushing finale to retain. I mean, very, very good match. The crowd was actually hyped for this match. You know, we got more and more into this match. We both got excitement for this match. Gradual. You need to go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, etc., etc., etc. That is another story that you can build in the ring to entertain your fans. So very, very good match between the both of them. Dolph Ziggler, I think, and we've been saying this for the past 4 years, he needs to be heel. He needs that new in your face persona. The Miz is just simply an enhancement talent. But overall, very good match. I like the way it flowed. Randy Orton defeated Eric Rowan. What do you expect? What do you think? Eric Rowan is going to beat Randy Orton? No, of course not. Randy Orton took quick fashion and beat Eric Rowan. But it's what's after the match that was important. Alright, lights go off, you know, the usual stuff. Bray Wyatt pops on the screen, which you can see my Full Blast podcast on Bray Wyatt's creative direction. But he pops up on the screen, and he basically gives, like, this cryptic message or whatever. Great mic skills, but this is a bad decision. I want to stop it. I want to stop it. Please. You think Randy Orton is going to lose to Bray Wyatt at No Mercy? Coming off pretty much, I guess, the biggest loss in his victory. Brock Lesnar beat the living hell out of him. Left him bleeding in the ring. Pretty much killed a lot of momentum going into it. And he pretty much said, alright, I'm not going to compete at Backlash because of concussion problems. So, you can't have this guy looking like I don't know how you call it, but you have to have momentum with Randy Orton. Randy Orton needs to be a main event talent. Alright? No question whatsoever. Randy Orton is beating Bray Wyatt. How does this help Bray Wyatt? It does not. It does not. It just kills more and more and more and more momentum that Bray Wyatt has. Please, get this guy some wins under his belt. Get him up there fighting AJ Styles, fighting somebody like a Baron Corbin, somebody like Dean Ambrose. Have him fighting these guys. Please, it's that simple. It is that simple. Naomi and Nikki Bella defeated Natalya and Carmella. I'm not even really going to go over this match. I mean, generic laziness tag team match. You see, I completely hate women's tag team matches because they are directionless. They are directionless. Where will this benefit in the long run? Will it benefit next week? Did it set something up else from next week? No, of course not. But overall, just a boring match. I was on my phone. Completely do not care about this match. Now, on to the main event. Dean Ambrose actually pinning Cena clean. Yes, you heard me. Yes, you heard me. Clean. After the match, AJ Styles attacked both Cena and Ambrose. Daniel Bryan then informed Styles that Ambrose would receive his world title rematch next week. Styles yelled at Bryan, then got laid out by a Dirty Deeds from Ambrose to end the show. Very, very, very good main event. The only thing that I don't like about this main event is that they had commercial breaks. I do believe that they should have saved the commercials for another place, another time. But please, if you're going to have Dean Ambrose, the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion, versus John Cena, the 15-time WWE World Champion, and have a 5-minute or 6-minute or 7, whatever it was, commercial break in the middle of it. Yeah, very, very important match you're trying to give me. But basically, Ambrose looked great in the end. This really gets him to that next level. All right, he's slowly starting to build his momentum back after he treated the WWE Championship like it was a piece of garbage before when he was a champion. But I'm very, very excited for this match. John Cena, as you know, is not winning. He's got to film American Grit or whatever he's got to do season 2. Dean Ambrose is not winning because you saw what the ratings brought in when he was champion. AJ Styles is coming off the biggest win of his victory against John Cena. The biggest win pretty much of the month against Dean Ambrose. What do you expect? AJ Styles, whether you like it or not, is the future of SmackDown Live. And he proved that to you. He proved that to you in every single match that he's been in. Try and recall one match. Or, try and recall about 5. About 5, that sounds reasonable. 5 matches that you weren't impressed by AJ Styles' wrestling abilities. Exactly. Do I hear? Of course not. Just like I heard the roars that Monday Night Raw was good, because I didn't hear any of that. Monday Night Raw sucked. Monday Night Raw sucked in every single way. Please, they need to deliver next week in SmackDown Live. I'm very, very excited. I expect nothing less than this week, next week on SmackDown Live. But that is your live SmackDown Live review and results. Join me between now and forever, because the Faded Toxic Show will be coming out with videos constantly and consistently about WWE and their reviews and how they put together their shows. And if you listen to me, you will become highly educated in the wrestling world. Alright, I've often been underestimated, but guess what? You aren't this brain. You know why? Because I am the Faded Toxic Show, and I am here to make an impact on YouTube.com. Try and go over to my Full Blast podcast, create a playlist for you guys. I got one coming out this week. Get ready. It's going to be groundbreaking with the new webcam edition. Twitter, Faded_Toxic. Keep up to date with all the videos that are coming out and exclusive content only to Twitter.